What's going on, y'all? I'm the Homeslice Ascend Hyperion. At the time of me making this video, we're standing at the doorstep of Halo 5's 5th anniversary and looking down the hallway towards Halo Infinite. Now, you don't need me to tell you that Halo 5 was met with a controversial reception. Over the game's lifespan up until this very day, its quality as a game and performance as a Halo title are still popular topics for discussion among fans. But today, I want to cover Halo 5 in a way I don't think people ever have. You see, I think the game actually did some fairly important things for the Halo franchise that actually had direct influence in the creation of what would be Halo Infinite. This is actually to the point where I'd argue confidently that without Halo 5, we would have never gotten the Halo Infinite we know to be coming. But what could Halo 5 have done that was so important to inspire the creation of the most ambitious Halo title to date? Well, today we're going to explore how Halo 5's controversy helped create a platform for the next great Halo game. Let's get started. There are three very key ways Halo 5 paved the way for Halo Infinite. The first one being that Halo 5 showed that a Halo title could be iterative, not just a single release. What I'm referring to is how traditionally, Halo titles have launched as secular packages, with at best one or two map DLCs released several months or years after the game's launch. Well, Halo 5 tilted that model slightly. In the months following the game's release, 343 released a series of expansions for the title, with each expansion bringing usually new armor, guns, maps, modes, and etc. to the game. While this model may have been born slightly out of the game's rushed initial dev cycle, it became a key facet in the Halo 5 experience, as players could always look forward to new content being added in once they completed or gave up on the current set of new toys. Now, were these expansions as big and as varied as, say, a Destiny expansion? Not really. But for a Halo game, this model was unheard of, and unlike Destiny and many other titles, Halo 5 never had a single paid expansion. These were all free to anyone who owned the game. This cycle of linear expansions in Halo, and how decently well received they were as a system in Halo 5, paved the way for one of Infinite's key features. It's going to be a platform for the Halo experience for years to come. 343 has seen success in iterative content, and we can expect Infinite to have its own linear expansion cycle as it proceeds not just through its first few months, but maybe even over several years. The second key feature of Halo 5 that goes under-discussed is how the game demonstrated that multiple art styles can coexist. The art style debate in Halo is one of the oldest, most tired horses to ever be beaten, and even worse, it's a discussion in which one party always loses if you ask the other one. In Halo 5, however, rather than simply drop the interests of one group of fans, 343 began finding ways to give players control of their visual Halo experience. This included the addition of old-style armor sets in Halo 5, such as the various Reach armor pieces, and even the addition of old-style weapons into the Halo sandbox, like the Spanker, H2BR, and even the CE Magnum. These things seem pretty innocuous at first glance, but think about it like this. Halo 5 is the first and only Halo game to have weapons appear as multiple versions and styles in the franchise's nearly 20-year history. It's the same in regards to armor options. This is a statement by 343 that the art style debate doesn't have to be this or that, it can be this and that. This is reflected directly in what we've seen of Infinite thus far. We directly observe multiple styles of grunts normally only seen in separate titles, and even the trademark AR has fallen backwards to its Reach style. I would assume Infinite will contain even more examples of blended and coexistent art style and sandbox, and that's a good thing. Let's be honest, you can never please everyone, but the simple approach by 343 to attempt to give players control over their experience rather than making them choose that's major. Lastly, but just as importantly, Halo 5 changed Forge forever. Halo 5 brought the single most powerful version of what was once a simple map editor, and the fruits of its labor showed. The simply stellar content created by players bred two key features in Halo 5. One, Halo 5's multiplayer adopted Forge maps and modes as a staple, not just as passing weekend playlists. Playlists like BTB, Extermination, Breakout, Mythic, Griffball, and even HCS Pro League level playlists showed that Forge content was no longer just about passing custom lobbies. Maps made in Forge could be a serious contender for daily play by thousands of players, all on levels unseen in any Halo game prior. 2. The wide array of high-quality Forge content fed the desire for and creation of the Customs browser. While we often give it much grief for the insane amount of clan recruitment and assassination lobbies found in the browser, it became a vehicle for player engagement unlike any other official Halo title. I mean, I'm sure as I type this script and as you listen to me talk about it, there are dozens of lobbies being hosted right now on the browser, even 5 years after the game's launch. Halo 5 allowed Forge to step into the realm of being a true level design tool, and 343 fully embraced its validity and potential as a way to extend and enhance a game's lifespan. With Halo Infinite, 343 has already confirmed the return of the iconic tool, and we can expect them to be pumping major work into it with their current embrace of the tool and the people who use it. The user-generated content will flourish in Halo Infinite. If you look at all these key points I made today, you'll notice that they were all initially tied with controversy. Halo 5's lack of content at launch gave birth to expansions. The art style debacle gave rise to the game featuring multiple styles of armor and weapons, and the lack of Forge at release, followed by its key role in the game's multiplayer experience, revealed its critical role in a Halo game's success. One of the things I appreciate about 343 is how they've used feedback to mold their responses and create player experiences. They used Halo 5 as a tool to identify what issues people became most passionate about, and rather than simply address them and move on, 343 decided to take what they learned and run with it. Halo Infinite could have easily been Halo 6, and could have been another launch and forget Halo title. But the success of iterative content, style variation, and user-created content in Halo 5 paved the way for a brand new Halo experience. I'm excited to see what Infinite brings us. Regardless of what it is, I'm sure it'll be like nothing else we've seen before, and we can thank Halo 5's problems for that. That's gonna be it for this video. Like always, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, share this video with a friend, and drop your comments below. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.